Hello, all you awesome people out there, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, as always, GeekVizHoov, and we have here another week, which means it's time for yet another edition of our news drop. This time we are going over our TV news drops, going over TV news from the month of April, about the end of April 2026 here. If you haven't already, check out the movie news drop, which dropped earlier in the week. So you get all the movie stuff, and stay tuned for the video game news coming at the end of the week, so you can subscribe so you can be up to date on all of those. Very early today because it was late yesterday. Very early here on April 27th. So just know if there's any other additional news, just know it came. Just know that this one is on the 27th. That's why we ain't talking about anything else here. If any news drops after that, just know if it came after the 27th, that's why we ain't talking about it here. But anyway, yeah, so we're here, brand new edition of the TV News Drop. I'll give you the TV news here. Of course, if you haven't already, like I said, subscribe to the channel so you can be up to date on all the videos, all the news, all the opinion pieces, all of the good things like that. So, this is the news drop. Let's kind of go over what we're going to be talking about here today. So we got our first look at season 3 of Wednesday. Our little first look at that, some additional news. MGM is ending one of its best horror series pretty soon. We got Matt Moore casting of The Last of Us season 3. We also have some casting updates on Dexter Resurrection season 2. Follow up from our last video, we have the winners of the Peabody Awards. We went over the nominees in our last episode. We got probably the thing I'm the most excited to be talking about here. We got a nice update on David Zaslav and his exit from WB. Some unfortunate news coming from Jun Li, and we also get our first look at Netflix's Scooby, as well as an update on Hazbin Hotel. So, I'm gonna get some of these so we can sort of add all these together. Yeah, let's do it like that. Alright, so that's everything we're going to be talking about here on this news drop. So let's go ahead and get into the news then as we transition. First story of the day, Wednesday season 3 first look photo unveiled by Netflix. From Paris with Dread it has. Oh no. Come on, TLoU, don't do this to me. Don't be like fucking Hollywood Reporter. That's why I cut it out. Wednesday season 3 has added Paris, France to production, with the titular pigtail protagonist pictured standing in front of the Eiffel Tower. The photo is captioned "From Paris with Dread, de Paris avec effroi." I don't know, French shit. It could also be translated into fear from French, so from Paris with fear or dread. With primary sets in Ireland, the French city makes sense for production as it is nearby. But the storyline relevance can only be guessed since Nevermore Academy is set in Jericho, Vermont. Perhaps, as one commenter asks, it could relate to Enid running away in werewolf form after her alpha transformation when the full moon struck. What the fuck? Season 3 of the series began production in Ireland at the end of February 2026, adding Chris Sarandon, Noah Taylor, Oscar Morgan, Kennedy Moyer, and Winona Ryder to the cast. Ryder will play Tabitha, Noah Taylor will portray Cyrus, Oscar Morgan will play Atticus, and Kennedy Moyer will play Daisy. All of these new additional characters have a capital B monogram above their name on their place setting cards in a promo video for the start of production. Chris Sarandon's character is Balthazar. There is a character by that name in the Addams Family mythology, Cousin Balthazar, though he is supposedly dead because Gomez and Morticia met at his funeral. Eva Green, I haven't seen that name in so long, who will portray Morticia Adams' sister Ophelia. Returning cast includes Jenna Ortega, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Luis Guzman, and more. Jonah Lumley, who portrays Grandmama Headmaster Frump, has been up to a series regular, and Noah B. Tyler, who played Enid's werewolf love interest Bruno season 2, has departed. At the beginning of April, Lena Headey, Andrew McCarthy, and James Lance were added as guest stars. Season 3 is not expected to arrive on Netflix until 2027. And here is the image you have there. There's a Wednesday in Paris, France. So there you have it. A little bit of casting update news and your first look at Wednesday season 3. If I remember correctly, I don't think season 2 did as well as season 1 was received as well. I don't think. I might be tripping, but I swear I read that somewhere. But yeah, we'll see how the show goes for season 3. Speaking of first looks, the Scooby-Doo Origins, the first look at Netflix's series, reveals the Mystery Inc. crew, including McKenna Grace as Daphne, who's the first person cast in this show. So yeah, something else we've been following for a little bit. We talked about the story where McKenna Grace was cast as Daphne, and then we got the news for the rest of the cast as well. The first look from Netflix's upcoming live-action series Scooby-Doo Origins has been revealed, introducing the Fame Mystery Gang with one notable absentee, Scoob himself. Instead, the camera is now rolling on the show in Atlanta, and the framed cowardly snack living dog probably being put together by I was to say probably VFX. That's why. The production team has unveiled the first glimpse at the crime-solving team of Daphne, played by Grace, Shaggy, played by Tanner Hagen, Velma, played by Abby Ryder Forston, and Fred, played by Maxwell Jenkins. Billed as a modern reimagining of the iconic world of Scooby-Doo, more than 50 years old and spanning more than a dozen animated series, nearly 40 animated home entertainment movies, and three theatrical films, the 8-part series goes back to the very first case that started it all. Quote, during their final summer at camp, old friends Shaggy and Daphne get embroiled in a haunting mystery surrounding a lonely, lost Great Dane puppy that may have been a witness to a supernatural murder. The logline reads, to quote, together with the pragmatic and scientific townie Velma and the strange but ever so handsome new kid Freddy, they set out to solve the case that is pulling each of them into a creepy nightmare that threatens to expose all of their secrets. Paul Walter Hauser also stars as Scooby-Doo's owner. Josh Appleberg and Scott Rosenberg serve as writers and showrunners on the show, and will also executive produce alongside Andre Nemick, and there's a bunch of other shit. So there you go. We also got our first look at Wednesday. We got our first look at Scooby-Doo. But to talk about fucking old school revivals, we got a Wednesday show, which is just basically a modernization spin-off of course, classic show The Addams Family. And now we got our first look at this new Scooby-Doo Origins, which is just a reimagined origin story of the Scooby-Doo show. So, oldies making a comeback here. All the unks and all the uncles and aunties, hey, stand up, we back, baby. All right, next up, MGM Plus is ending its best horror series after season 5, but there is a catch. With the return of From comes the bittersweet news that its 5th season will be its last. The mysteries of Fromville, as mind-bending and convoluted as they can be, have sustained viewers for over 4 years, a reliable source of nightmares and bizarre plot points that inspire endless theories. The instinctive reaction is to be disappointed from From's impending conclusion, but that shouldn't actually be the case. Ironically enough, MGM Plus's announcement should inspire hope, because that means the story has a definitive conclusion, a genuine answer to all our burning questions. It may be a teary farewell, but it should be a deeply satisfying one. I agree, as long as they actually get a chance to actually go out on their terms, that's always the best. I was very interested in the story because I legitimately just got into this show. I think they had the whole first season for free on Amazon, and I think I was just watching Invincible one day, and then I finished the episode, so I just kind of let the shit continue on autoplay as I went on to something else, and it played this, and I ain't gonna lie, I got interested in it. You know me, I love a good mystery. It's definitely like, the Harold Perrineau starring thing aside, it definitely still gives like it definitely has Lost vibes to it, which is what got me interested. But of course, I love a mystery. It's horror. It's like it's supernatural kind of shit going on. A lot of mystery, a lot of horror. So I was interested in it. So I watched all season, not all of it. I think I have like 2 episodes left. But I've been binging that first season, and I'm really enjoying it. So when I seen that, now they just announced that it's gonna wrap up, I was like, oh damn, that kind of sucks. But hey, again, that means I got 4 additional seasons of shit to catch up on. From's creator teases that season 5 will bring an epic conclusion. If From has proven anything over the years, it's that it's the perfect mystery horror sandbox, capable of holding ideas that stretch the limits of imagination. Since the show's setting is fairly insulated from the real world, and the supernatural internal logic is based on the townsfolk's minds, there's been a truly diverse range of terrors, from the very first surviving monsters in the night to the addition of I don't want spoilers. I gotta be careful. I don't want you spoiled because I do actually want to watch all this. According to statements from John Griffin and showrunner Jeff Pinker, the team has already started working on season 5. Okay, so season 4 is coming out, because I know they were saying there's a new season coming in April, so it's got to be season 4. But the most exciting part of the statement is as follows. Quote, "We will get the chance to see our story to its conclusion, which means questions will be answered, answers will be questioned." Global head of MGM Michael Wright added, quote, "Since my first meeting with John, Jeff, and Jack, goddamn, 5 years ago when I heard their remarkable story, I've been looking forward to one day bringing From's epic conclusion to our passionate fans." Even though From has the capacity for longevity, a confirmed ending actually works in the show's favor, especially if it is planned. You don't want shit to go. You don't want to go. You don't want things to go on too long because they're just kind of trying to work out shit to just pad it out before you actually get to an ending. As much as I love Lost, I feel like that was kind of its biggest issue. Once it got to like 4 and 5, I felt like they were kind of just kind of trying to stretch it out. The creative team's official statement suggests that the story has been mapped out from day one, which has been one of the fans' paramount concerns. With the story branching out to an inconceivable length and so many desperate elements being thrown in, it's certainly been an entertaining ride. However, viewers weren't sure how the show would have an answer that sustainably fits the magnitude of the story. Ultimately, few things build anticipation more than its confirmation, even if it does spell the end for one of MGM Plus's wildest horror shows. Coming to a definitive conclusion is clever for From because it avoids all the issues that plagued the latter seasons of previous Mystery Sandbox shows. The momentum of series like Lost or The 100 was diminished by the cast becoming too large, storylines becoming too convoluted, narrative beats repeating, and the pacing that stalled. Okay, I don't want to talk about this recent season. With that final destination in mind, the show essentially eliminates all these potential risks if the last 2 seasons are executed well. The fact that From's major story was planned from the beginning likely accounts for its strong progression, but it also makes the show's scope even more impressive in hindsight. Being able to juggle the central mystery with all the truly other berserk distracting segues deserves applause, especially if the writing team plans to connect them all in an intricately wrapped package. For all this complexity and mastery over horror, the news of the show's conclusion proves one thing many shows struggle to learn. From knows not to overstay its welcome. We may miss the characters and the annual dose of horror, but what fans will appreciate much more is a turn of solid storytelling. I agree. Like I said, it's always so much better if a show is actually to go out on its own terms. They actually have an ending in mind, and they're like, okay, we're ending it here. Like Atlanta, for instance. I was very sad Atlanta only lasted like, 3-4 seasons? But again, I'd much rather them know the ending they're going for and work towards it and nail it as opposed to them trying to, extend it and go on and, like they say, overstay its welcome. That's kind of always the biggest problem with TVs. You got to know when to end it. And if you got to end it a little bit more premature than you might think, then, hey, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, I wanted to put this in here because, like I said, I just got into this show. So I'm excited to kind of see where else it goes, and we'll see if I can be there for the 5th and final season on time. But speaking of seasons ending on season 5, Hazbin Hotel is also officially ending on Prime Video. The doors are closing on Hazbin Hotel. Hazbin Hotel is an adult animated musical comedy drama centered on Charlie Morningstar, the Princess of Hell. She opens a hotel with the goal of redeeming sinners and helping them get into heaven. Charlie is determined to show that souls can change with the help of her girlfriend Vaggie, the radio demon, Alastor, and Angel Dust. Prime Video series creator Vivian Medrano confirmed at Level Up Expo the Hazbin Hotel will end with season 5. She explained that this is a creative decision as, quote, "This narrative will get a conclusion and the conclusion I wanted to tell." Again, same story as if you have an ending in mind, work towards the ending. Don't worry about shows overstaying this welcome. If you got a short window to tell your story, you got a short window to tell your story, as opposed to trying to pass it out to extend stuff. She also expressed her gratitude for Prime Video and everyone she worked with during the animated series' run. The creator added that she's eager for fans of the show to experience how the story ultimately concludes. Despite viewers' disappointment with the show concluding and its popularity ending with a specific season in mind shows how the creative team cares about quality over quantity. Having a clear conclusion for the show and following through instead of they basically said the same thing that the other thing said about that one. This is a quote: "I'm so thankful for how Prime Video has championed our vision at Spindlehorse, and I'm grateful for their partnership and commitment to bringing Hazbin Hotel to its epic conclusion. So excited to see how this story ends." Head of animation at Amazon MGM, Melissa Wolf, also echoed Madrano's sentiments. She spoke about her admiration for the creator and her team. Wolf explains that the time and dedication that went into Hazbin Hotel were incredible. Additionally, she stated that the show's final season will be great, and she is also excited for audiences to watch the series wrap up. From its inception, Hazbin Hotel has pushed the boundaries of adult animation through bold storytelling, vibrant artistry, and unapologetic heart. Vivian Madrano and her team have built an extraordinary world that has captivated fans around the globe, and we're thrilled to give the series and its compassionate community a fitting, unforgettable final chapter. It was initially released as a YouTube pilot, first debuted on the streaming platform in 2019, and gained more than 120 million views and built a loyal following worldwide. According to critics, the series stands out for its mix of adult humor, memorable characters, and unique musical performances, all set within a vision of hell that most people wouldn't expect. Hazbin Hotel also has a spin-off titled Hell of a Boss. Okay, I was confused. I have both these trailers in the trailer section. I was very confused when I seen this. I was like, is this a whole different thing? It revolves around the immediate murder professionals known as IMP, a small assassination company in hell. The team consists of leader Blitzo, it includes Moxie and Millie and Luna. With the help of Gilmore, the group travels to the human world to kill people for clients from hell. So no release dates for Hazbin seasons 3, 4, and 5 at the time of this publication. However, it's speculated that 3 will release in 2027. So it's only 2 seasons so far. So there you go. So any fans of Hazbin Hotel know that the show is going to be coming to an end pretty soon. So there you go. We got two shows ending on 2 different platforms in its 5th season. So there you go. All right, let's get to some casting updates. We got a little one here. Actually, hold on. Oh my god, that splashback! Damn, that went up my nose. All right. Sinners breakout star Jun Li joins The Last of Us season 3 as 11 Yara's mother Miriam. So if you don't know, Jun Li was one of the breakout stars in Sinners. She was the Asian chick in the movie, and she's joined season 3 of The Last of Us. The HBO series she'll be playing Miriam, a Seraphite and mother to 11 Yara. As previously announced, we went over this too. Michelle Mao will play Yara, and Kiriana Crater will play Lev, siblings whose paths cross with Abby at a pivotal moment as Ellie begins her revenge rampage in Seattle. She joins a growing ensemble that includes Jason Ritter and Patrick Wilson, along with I didn't know they were in this. Patrick, that's the niggas whose name I was trying to remember in the movie was too. Patrick Wilson, that's him, right? He's in the Insidious movies, right? Yeah, that's him, right? Yeah, okay, cool. The Conjuring is the other movie. Okay. He's in both of these? Are these connected? See, now I'm finna go down a fucking rabbit hole. Are the Conjuring and the Insidious movies connected? Or does he just happen, or does he just somehow happen to just be in both of those movies? Because The Conjuring was the other horror franchise I was trying to remember yesterday when we was talking about Insidious. I was like, I know there's another one. No, he plays 2 different characters, Ed Warren and Josh Lambert. Okay, so they're not connected. He just somehow plays 2 different characters in 2 pretty popular film horror franchises. That's kind of crazy. All right, well, okay, that's enough for the rabbit hole. But anyway, yeah, but I didn't know he was casting The Last of Us here. Who's he playing? Jerry. Is that the dad? Season 3, episode 1. Yeah, he's got to be the dad. He's got to be Abby's dad. All right. And Jason Ritter. I don't know if I'm not sure if that's his name, but I know his face. That's not who I was thinking of. Okay. Along with Ariella Barra, Tati Gabriella, and Spencer Lord, who have been promoted to series regulars after recurring in season 2. They joined the previously announced additions of Clea Duvall and Jorge Lindenborg Jr., the latter taking over the role of Manny. Returning cast members, of course, include Caitlin Dyer, Bella Ramsey, Isabella Merced, Gabriel Luna, and Jeffrey Wright. Lee is set to appear next in Spider Noir. Oh, she's in that too. Starring opposite Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage. We got a trailer for that too. That's going to debut on May 27th. She recently gained acclaim for her performance as Grace Chow in Brian Coogler's Oscar record-breaking vampire drama Sinners. So there you go. Last was renewed for third season. Yeah. Announced his departure for season 3. Leaving Mazin as the sole showrunner. You know what might be crazy? It's gonna be fucking crazy if season 2 was not received well. I do think a lot of that has to go into just the fucking source material, because the fucking game was also not well received either. It's gonna be kind of crazy if season 3 is viewed as like a massive improvement from season 2. And low-key, could that reason be the fact that, you know, maybe Neil Druckmann had a lot to do with that one? And if this guy is just by himself, and season 3 is viewed as a massive improvement, that could be. So The Last of Us is expected to begin shooting this summer. So expected to come out at the end of the year or top of next year. All right, so there you go. More news for that. And keeping on with the casting train, Dexter Resurrection season 2 cast Bokeem Woodbine and Nona Parker Johnson. They've been casted as series regulars, Variety has learned exclusively. Woodbine and Johnson are the latest additions to the sophomore season of the Paramount Plus premium series. Brian Cox is set to star as Don Frampt, also known as the notorious serial killer, the New York Ripper. I can't lie. Brian Cox is the main villain. I can't lie. That's actually pretty damn interesting. While Dan Stevens will play the Five Boroughs killer. Uma Thurman is also set to reprise her role as Charlie from season 1. So he's got 2 villains in this one. I don't know who Dan Stevens is. I don't know who Dan Stevens is. That's Legion, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm like, I don't know who Dan Stevens. No, I do know who Dan Stevens is. Yeah, that's Legion. Oh shit. I might have to check this show out. I did watch season 1. I like Dexter, the original series, but the whatchamacallit was okay. The little revival sequel they did a while ago about his son and shit. I'm gonna have to check this out though. Johnson will play Fiona Mixon, who is described as a training officer in the homicide unit and a nepo baby in the police role, and Harrison's Jack Alcott's new love interest. Harrison, the son. The son's still around? Okay, she does look a little young. Oh no, I was just kind of glancing at the phone. I'm like, wait, she's his love interest. I was like, she look a little older, but no, now that I'm looking at it, she does look a little young. Okay. Woodbine will play Captain Mixon. Okay, that's her father. A bulldog of homicide captain and Fiona's father. Okay, so you already have the immediate differences. You got a father-son and then a father-daughter. Of course, the father-son duo are secretly, serial killers, while the son and the daughter are fucking cops. And one's crushing, and the son is crushing on the daughter. Johnson recently starred in shows like Mayor of Kingstown, Fear the Walking Dead, Law and Order Organized Crime, and also include The Handmaid's Tale, Them Covenant, and High Potential. Woodbine, Bokeem Woodbine is I think definitely one of those actors where like you know his face, but you probably don't know his name. I know his name. Fucking Nas made a whole track with his name on it. Woodbine was previously nominated for Emmy for playing Mike Flanagan in the anthology series Fargo. His other roles include Underground, Halo, Wu-Tang Clan, and American Saga. His film roles include Ray, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Crooklyn, and he's also set to appear in the Barbershop TV show, which is currently in the works at Amazon. Did I know that? I don't know. And then you just got all producer talk, who's ever said about who. So there you go, some casting updates for Dexter Resurrections. I'm not gonna lie. Fucking, you got Brian Cox, you got Dan Stevens, and now you throwing Bokeem Woodbine in there. Uma Thurman, she was in the first one too, but She's coming back too. Uma Thursday there too. Fucking Brian Cox, Dan Stevens as fucking serial killers, and now you got Bo King Woodbine in there too as a series regular. I'm gonna have to watch some Dexter Resurrections. I'm gonna have to watch that shit. What's this? Oh, this is just the Brian Cox thing. Yeah. Y'all might know him as Stryker, William Stryker from X-Men 2, X-Men United. That's why I'm like, oh shit. Okay. But there you go. Alright, but unfortunately some disappointing news, as we just talked about 2 shows that are going out on their own terms with the final season. Unfortunately though, some shows don't get that, and it seems Gen V is going to be one of those shows. Prime Video has opted to not renew Gen V, but its characters will apparently live on in other parts of the Boys universe. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's a section I have not seen too much in headlines. But let's check it out. It's class dismissed for Gen V. Does fucking Jordan King work here too? It's class dismissed for Gen V as Prime Video has canceled the show after 2 seasons. On Friday, executive producers Eric Kripke and Evan Goldberg regretted they couldn't keep the party going after another season at Godolphin. Despite the cancellation, they teased Marie and Jordan and others won't just be left behind. Quote, we're committed to continuing the Gen V character stories in The Boys Season 5 and other VCU projects on the horizon, said Kripke and Goldberg. You'll see them again. Gen V was one of the earlier spin-offs of The Boys, putting the show's superhero satire in a college context, starring Jazz Sinclair, Asa Gurman, and Hamish Linklater. The second season wrapped last October, and Deadline called its end unexpected. During the show's 2-season run, there was some narrative overlap with The Boys, including several of the show's cast popping in for guest appearances. Yeah, like, the new season is currently only like, 3 episodes deep right now. I will say I am kind of sad nobody has appeared just yet, because the end of season 2 showed that the entire Gen V team, our group of characters, was finally moving on to help out the Boys team on the main show. But we haven't seen them we haven't seen them just yet, so it remains to be seen. We still got a while to go, but it remains to be seen. Alongside Gen V's end, Prime announced a 2027 release window for Vault Rising. Announced in 2025, the series is set in a 1950s prequel focused on the origins of the Vault Company, responsible for introducing soups to the world. Jensen Ackles and Aya Cash are back as Soldier Boy and Stormfront, respectively, joined by newcomers Mason Dial, Kiki Lane, and Will Hockman. Meanwhile, The Boys in the middle of its final season. The last episode is airing on May 20th. So yeah, it's very sad. Like I said, it's saying they're gonna continue on. My whole thing is, this current season is the final season of The Boys. I don't know where this show is going to end. Like, what state is the universe going to be in once that main show ends? It remains to be seen, but I could kind of see why. I feel like, cause like this, and there's another one. The Boys Diabolical, the little animated anthology series. I feel like those were 2 spin-offs that maybe they jumped the gun a little too early on, or maybe too late on, honestly. Especially this, but because it's so attached to the mainline universe, of course, whatever happens in the main Boys show, depending on how much it changes the status quo, it definitely really leaves kind of like big questions for where do you go in this show after that. Especially consider the fact that, like, after season 2, I cannot see them going back to that like college setting again. Because like they are very much well past that. So like I can't really see them doing that again. And granted, without that, the show does kind of lose a little bit of itself without that sort of background and context in there. Like season 2 had, like literally season 2 had to make like a very strange writing decision to force them to go back to the college. So again, trying to do that for them again would have left them in a very weird spot. So in thinking of that, I can see maybe this just being a whole thing where like, okay, because they did just say that the character story is still going to continue. I can see this just being a situation where they're just like, Gen V. The whole thing was these superheroes joining this superhero college to try to be heroes, and they get wrapped up in shit. We're well past the whole college background now. So because of that, maybe we cancel Gen V, but we bring them back in some other show that we just don't want to, or just can't call it Gen V anymore, because we're not gonna go back to that college background anymore. So maybe they have their own thing coming out of this that's a bit more like, maybe they pick up the baton, and maybe whatever show they name after this, maybe this is going to be the modern story of the boys as we move forward in this world. So that could be something too. Because remember, because The Vault Rising is a prequel, so that's really gonna not affect too much and not be affected by whatever happens by the series finale of The Boys. They also have that other boys show that's been and that's another reason I think they're a little weird about where shit's gonna be left by the series finale, because they also have that other boys spinoff, The Boys Mexico. Y'all remember that? It's supposed to star who the fuck is supposed to star on this? I was about to say, was it Gabriel Luna? Diego Luna was a showrunner here. So yeah, there was this too, but like, we've seen and heard nothing about it since they announced it. So again, it's like, you know, maybe they're just trying to figure out where do we take these shows after the main boys thing ends, because very much everything involves that. Even Gen V, that first season was literally just meant to introduce the soup killing virus that's playing a big role in the final season of The Boys. So everything just kind of bleeds more into what's going on in the main universe, in the mainline boys show. So maybe they just kind of figuring out where do they go once that ends, and we're done with this chapter with Homelander and Butcher. So where do we go after this? So maybe that's like why that show's taking a while and why this got canceled. But we'll have to see. Them just theories from me coming in, so we'll have to see. All right, next up, in a follow-up from our last episode, we've got the Peabody Award winners. In the last episode, we went over the Peabody nominees, so let's kind of go over the winners here. No Emmy, no problem for Heated Rivalry, which isn't eligible for the Primetime Emmys this year, but we still gotta do the Primetime Emmys. We still got one more big-ass award show. But that shit ain't happened yet. Did we go over this? Hold on. When was this? This was September 2025. This was the pit one, right? Yeah, so that was last September. Okay, this is September 2. Okay, we're just talking about, okay, I'm sure, like, are we not done with those? Okay, we have done it. We have gone through them. They happened in September. So the next one is happening in September. Okay. Which isn't eligible for the Primetime Emmys this year, but it's still cleaning up the programming awards. The Canadian show, which hails from the Canadian Crave streamer and airs on Max in the US, just picked up a Peabody Award a week after it was also selected for the TV Academy Honors. The show joins Emmy winners The Pit, Adolescents, and more as among the 34 winners chosen by the Peabody Awards jury to win this year's prize. That also includes programs selected in the fields of entertainment, documentary, news, podcast and radio, arts, children and youth, immersive interactive media, and public service programming. According to the Peabody, the 34 winners were chosen out of nominees, which originally came from a list of more than 1,000 entries in all categories. Damn. The final winners were all chosen by unanimous vote from 28 jurors. HBO Max won 6 total Peabodys, the most of any outlet, followed by Netflix, Disney Plus, Apple TV, PBS, and Al Jazeera English, which each earned 2. Hulu also received 2, but only through Honest Collective and the other through FX. Quote, the winners of the 86th Annual Peabody Awards reflect Peabody's mission to honor storytelling that has the potential to change culture, whether it's examining the destructive tactics of ICE, viewing terminal illness through a deeply personal lens, or resisting attempts to stifle free speech. Jeffrey Jones, Executive Director of Peabody. We look forward to recognizing and celebrating these winners. The 86th Annual Peabody Award winners will be recognized with the ceremony at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel on May 31st. Liz Kelly Rock will produce. Peabody noted that this year's event will be structured differently than years past, moving away from a traditional award show restructuring towards a more unified celebration of the winners. Honorees will be grouped among shared thematic categories, creating a narrative arc that carries through the event. So this is gonna go fucking category by category. Amy Poehler will be honored with the Peabody Career Achievement Award. Sterling Hajaro will be given the Trailblazer Award, and James L. Brooks will be honored with the Peabody Industry Icon Award. PBS Kids will also be recognized with the Peabody Institution Award. So here are the winners. Entertainment was won by as entertainment leads the pack with 11 wins, then documentary with 10. So okay, there's all that, and then each kind of individual. Okay. Entertainment, we had Adolescence, Andor, Common Side Effects, Dying for Sex, Forever, Heated Rivalry, Jimmy Kimmel, Mussolini, Son of the Century, The Pit, Pluribus, and The Rehearsal, all won for entertainment. For the arts, we had Fela Kuti, Fear No Man, Sly Lives, aka The Bernard of Black Genius. Documentaries, we have The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, No Other Land, Pee-wee as Himself, Put Your Soul on Your Hand and Walk, Southpaw, Life and Legacy of Jim Abbott, and Thoughts and Prayers. Children and youth winners were Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. For news, we got Fault Lines, Immigration Crackdown, The Los Angeles Burning, Restrained, and the Rise and Fall of Terrorgram. Podcast and radio winners were Divine Intervention, Scam Inc., We All Get This Heaven, and then for interactive and immersive, we've had Clear by Fire, Ice Sweeps Georgia, Investigating War Crimes in Gaza, and South of Midnight. Hey, I'm glad to see it. So that was your Peabody winners. Yeah, the Peabody winners. So they kind of do them by categories. There were a bunch of names in each category, and then they just kind of vote on who wins from a massive list of categories there. So there you have it. And for our last story, oh boy, this one brings me so much joy. I hope this article does not introduce anything to kind of contradict that, but just seeing that fucking headline made me so happy. David Zaslav merger payout approved by just 17% of the WBD board shareholders. 82% opposed. They said, fuck you, nigga. You ain't getting no bag for you, nigga. You ran our company into the fucking ground. WBDC CEO David Zaslav compensation tied to the company's pending merger with Paramount was rejected by an eye-opening 82% of shareholders, the company said on Thursday. Earlier in the day, the company convened a special shareholder meeting. Executives during the brief session noted that Zaslav's pay package could wind up being as much as $886 million. By the way, I will point this out again. This is the payout this nigga is expecting to get from this merger. The Skydance merger. This is the money this nigga is expecting to get. Remember, he cut movies to fucking write them as tax write-offs. They had layoffs. Didn't they lay off like their whole fucking TV division? Or I'm thinking of somebody else. I forget. But yeah, they stopped production of all those movies, didn't release any of them so they could make tax write-offs. You know they had layoffs when mergers happen. You know we're gonna get more layoffs when the merger happens with fucking Skydance and Paramount. Also, this nigga thought he was gonna walk away with fucking $800 million in his bank account. That's fucking crazy. That's this fucking problem with these fucking CEOs and these fucking billionaires, nigga. Everything they do It's just to give themselves more fucking money. Even if they gotta lay off people, fucking destroy the goddamn company just so they can run off with another bag. Based on certain variables, had been voted down. The exact vote tally was subsequently released by in an SEC filing. The shareholder vote is non-binding, however. Oh, don't tell me that. Which means that the exec can still collect. Fuck no. Given the groundswell of opposition against the merger, on top of other miscues during Zaslav's 4-year run at the helm of the company, the shareholder sentiment is not likely to go unnoticed. It shouldn't. They literally bought that. They brought this nigga in to fix the problem just for him to make it fucking worse. He didn't do shit. He had 4 years of just making the company worse than when he fucking first got it. Just 17% of the holy shit. What's that? Is that billions? Is that billions we're talking about here? I know I gotta go. Okay, we got ones, we got tens, we got hundreds, we got thousands, 10,000, 100,000. Yes, and then there's the million. So yeah, billion plus shares represented in the meeting vote, representing about 70% of the total number of outstanding WBD shares, approved the compensation. About 0.5 abstained. The company's merger with Paramount, the main item on the meeting agenda, received overwhelming support from shareholders, a key step in its ultimate completion. Almost 99% of shares were voted in favor of the $110 billion deal, with a shade less than 1% dissenting and a tiny fraction abstaining. Paramount expects to close the deal by September. It already received approval from the U.S. Department of Justice and other agencies, of course, but it remains under review by the European Union and the UK regulators. Ain't it a goddamn shame? By the way, this just goes into everything else. I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but I don't know. Y'all know the U.S. is a goddamn shit show right now with the current government in power and all the stupid fucking bullshit they're doing, all the fucking war crimes and all that other shit. I don't know if y'all noticed, but across the world, other countries are just doing shit right that is low-key kind of embarrassing for us to look at and see. Like, didn't somebody there's a country, I forget what country it is. They just had a whole fucking revolution where like the people just ousted their entire fucking government and they fucking started the whole revolution from fucking Discord meetings. It's fucking crazy. I think some other high profile people got ousted for some pedo shit and they were trialed and fucking released from the job like swiftly. It's crazy to see some shit. So I hope if this shit has to go through Europe and the UK, who are acting right now, please stop that shit. State's Attorney General, emboldened by recent wins in the Nexstar Tinga merger in the case against Live Nation, we're gonna take it back. Yeah, that shit just happened. There's something good in the US, I guess. The whole fucking Ticketmaster situation. All believed to be considering a legal challenge to the deal. More than 4,000 people, including Hollywood notables like De Niro, Sofia Coppola, and Mark Ruffalo, had signed a letter expressing opposition to the deal. Critics of the merger say it will shrink the number of film and TV studios operating in Hollywood and result in thousands of layoffs. Again, more layoffs, but fucking David Zaslav might end up getting fucking damn near $1 billion fucking added to his fucking bank account while people are gonna get fucking laid off and it's gonna be harder to find fucking jobs. Paramount CEO David Ellison, who, by the way, again, I will point out, is very close with Trump and the Trump administration as well, has a sense that the deal is a boon to the creative community and will shore up support of two of the industry's legacy studios. He has made appearances in recent days at CinemaCon and the company's upfront presentations to advisors who personally vouch for the plan to release 30 films a year across Paramount and WB. Zaslav ran Discovery Communications for 15 years before the cable programmer closed an unlikely $43 billion deal to take control of Warner Media in 2022 in transaction with AT&T. The combined company wound up with a massive amount of debt on its books, and Zaslav also made a number of strategic errors when dealing with Hollywood. Yep. Some of those early missteps have been reversed by more positive results. The 2025 marked a better year for the Warner Film Studios and another strong showing by HBO and streaming flagship Max. Nonetheless, plenty of anxiety remains on how Zaslav has spearheaded the sale of the company to David Ellison's Paramount. Yeah, so man, don't let this nigga get his bag. Fuck that nigga, bro. Fuck that nigga, bro. Fucker was supposed to come in and save the company. He ended up running it to the ground even further. So much so that now you gotta fucking sell to fucking to a fucking bunch of fucking Trump loyalists, bro. It's fucking crazy. Fuck David Zaslav. All right, but I'm just happy I got that. Happy to get that off my chest. Hopefully this nigga gets nothing out of this fucking buyout deal. Nothing. But anyway, that's it for our news story. So now it's time to go ahead and get into our trailers here. I got quite a bit. We got 10 nice little range of some shit. I think there is one on here that's a little older, but I wanted to do it because I ain't seen it. It's Cape Fear. Cape Fear is an older one, but I wanted to put it on here. All right, we're sticking things off with Silo. I don't know what this is. Silo Season 3. It's an Apple TV show. Oh, here it is. Silo is a story of the last 10,000 people on Earth. Their mile-deep home protected them from the toxic and deadly world outside. Okay, very, very paradise, last man on Earth kind of start here. However, no one knows when or why the silo was built, and those who try to find out face fatal consequences. Ferguson stars Juliet, an engineer who seeks answers about a loved one's murder and tumbles into a mystery that goes far deeper than she could have ever imagined, leading her to discover that if the lies don't kill you, the truth will. Okay, kind of, yeah, a little sci-fi dystopian post-apocalyptic thing going on here. All right, let's get into it.
Before we can know why we're here, before we can know why everything is as it is, before we can know how it all will end, we need to understand how it all began.
Okay, big teaser energy. I've never heard of this show. Seems interesting. Like I said, very definitely reminds me of things like, like I said, Paradise, Snowpiercer. What was the other thing I said? Last Man on Earth. Those post-apocalyptic, confined space kind of shows. Kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, that seems pretty cool. Up next, Cape Fear. This is a little older, but I did not see it. I completely missed it. It just showed up in my recommendations here. We've been following this for a minute. We were following the casting news when it was picked up to get for a series order, the casting. So I was like, it makes sense that I actually watched this trailer. It's been a thriller. Got brands.
You ever look around and wonder, do we deserve all this? Do we deserve all this? Do we deserve all this? Do we deserve all this?
I had a good life once, too.
We did what we thought was right.
Talk about having it all. You deserve this.
Is that blood?
Something's really wrong. Oh my God.
What is your worst fear? You deserve this.
What are you doing here, Max?
He's coming after my family.
You deserve this.
We need to be ready.
What did you do?
Is there any way Max could know about what we did?
You deserve this. You deserve this.
Actually looks pretty good. Fucking Javier Bardem is fucking perfect in that fucking role. Thrilling new series from executive producers Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg. Yeah. Credit for television by Nick and Tosca. Inspired by the 91 remake directed by Scorsese and produced by Spielberg, a storm is coming for happily married attorneys Anna and Tom Bowden, and when Max Candy, the notorious killer they are responsible for putting behind bars, is let out of prison and he wants vengeance. Vengeance. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I'm glad I did watch it. That looks pretty good. I ain't got Apple TV, but I ain't planning on getting it for like a month because I do want to watch Pluribus too. So maybe watch till that drop. Maybe I can get through both of them. Maybe. But don't really need Apple TV. Allegedly. Star Trek something season 4.
I have ever been prone to seek adventure and to investigate where wiser men would have left well enough alone. Space is limitless in its beauty and in its terror. You can do everything right, and sometimes things still don't work out the way we'd hoped.
Any of these missions could be lost.
Goddamn space T-Rex.
Let's boldly go.
Make sure there's heat and oxygen waiting for me.
I will do my best.
There you go. Star Trek Stranger in the World season 4. What's the show that CCXP? I don't know what that is. The crew of the USS Enterprise, led by Captain Christopher Pike, embark on a series of thrilling and emotional adventures across stars. They'll battle inner demons and existential threats and external threats. Encounter colorful characters, reunite with familiar faces, and confront terrifying allies. Through it all, they strive to embrace a bright and hopeful future. All right, there you go. For all you Star Trek, so all you Trekkers out there. All right, Spider New War. This is the black and white.
Every mystery forms a complex web. But pull the right strand,
They have another one that's in color too.
and it's a straight line to
It's
the
the same
answer.
one, but in color.
I'm glowing bright obsidian.
Universe trends to disorder.
Axolotl amphibian. Monsters on the loose. Unelemental chemical.
All you can do is fight to keep the chaos from your door.
I came here to offer you a job. My friend disappeared.
You haven't given us much to go.
What can I say? The world's a dangerous place. But I think you're braver than you
Remember
let
that
on.
Sandman?
Got me growing 6 black tentacles.
You've been in a hole ever since Ruby died.
We're chasing ghosts.
That
Maybe
organic
we
weapon?
can be alone together.
This is your chance to put that shovel down. So what are you waiting for? Let the best man live.
And that old boy from Answer's Insurance.
This is how it ends.
The people could use a hero. Fighting is the point. He's the best show in town.
What happened to your face?
I walked into a door.
How many times?
Well, that's new.
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know.
This looks pretty good. I feel like every trailer I see is about this. I get impressed more and more. I'm still not like in love with it, but like I do get impressed more and more every trailer I've watched so far. But yeah, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. When does it come out again? May 27th. Oh my god, pretty damn soon. Like a month. All right, next up, the Hazbin Hotel. Final
I
season.
have an announcement to make.
What?
What?
What? What?
I knew it! I knew it! Ha ha ha! I gotta let everybody know!
Now that's good television!
Our style looks pretty nice. Alright, and then this was the thing.
All right, y'all been edged
thing,
long enough.
different.
Season 3 of Hell of a Boss is coming. We know your attention spans can't handle all this at once, so we're splitting it up like divorced parents.
Part 1 drops fall 2026, and Part 2 comes in 2027. Good things come to those who wait.
Season 3 is gonna be long and huge with 15 episodes. That's right, 15 entire episodes.
Now sit back and strap in. We got a little sneak peek for you right now. Stolas, what you did, saving us, it was brave. I know it cost you big. But I can never tell you how much that means to me, to us. So don't say you don't deserve nothing. You're one of us now.
I'm back! So who are we killing today, Stolas?
A human celebrity. Oh, please don't be someone from Broadway. I don't think my heart can take it right now. Buckle up, Buxo!
What?
Oh, no!
Good luck, Blitz. I don't need luck. I got skills.
Come on, us losers gotta stick together.
That one guy's voice, I just Why's everybody doing the damn split season thing now? Oh, it makes sense to me. Just do that shit at once or make it 2 seasons. Let's stop.
What you want to do is save 100.
It's the fucking Anne Rice's fucking AMC shit.
You've been alive and undead for 265 years. You witnessed the French Revolution, the electric light, the atomic bomb.
I am the vampire Lestat. It's my era. I'm a rock star now. When there's no one else inside, in the crowded lonely night.
Thousands of fans love you.
I want millions. Billions.
My music. Why now?
We're doing a rewrite.
Everything dies. You die, I die.
I'm immortal.
No one seems to give a shit about you.
I've been a monster! This is my reckoning!
He's going to get us all killed.
You kill people. I'm people. We're people.
And so was I. I am the vampire Lestat.
I have no idea what the fuck this is. What the fuck I'm looking at. Like, are they just like open and out there? Like vampires is real, so they just out there. Like fucking vampires just becomes a fucking rock star, and they just all like, yeah, cool with me. Whatever. And definitely for me, but hey, more power to you. Man on Fire. This is the Netflix adaptation.
Regina's always telling me that I worry about you too much.
Something's got a hold on me.
Hey, look, why don't you come back with me? We could use you on the team.
Yeah, I'm pretty much a solo act at this point.
Yeah. How's that working out for you?
I've lost everything. My family. My home.
I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see?
If the people who brought down that building find her, she will suffer all over again.
I see a lot of myself in you.
Don't you know?
Who's gonna be there?
He's not leaving until the people hunting the girl are dead.
Are you gonna kill him?
Just talk to him. I know that this is hard, but we're gonna put all of our emotions behind us.
My skin can't see the forest through the trees. Got me down on my knees.
Presiono este botón y boom. I promise you are safe.
Get it? This comes out in a couple days. It was like a little Netflix action thing, you know what I'm saying? That's a little thing. Haunted by his past and haunted by his enemies, special forces veteran fights to keep a teenage girl alive. Are these based off books or something? I forget. Next up, Star City.
Get dressed. You're coming with us.
God damn!
Please, whatever's happened, you must know. We're good workers.
I take this step for my country, for my people, and for the Marxist-Leninist way of life.
Chief designer, you made us the envy of the world, but the KGB is now more concerned than ever what the West might do.
The Americans have acquired your plans for the lunar base. It appears that someone in Star City is working for the other side.
We want you to move the launch up. You would be sending these men and women to their deaths.
We are under threat. Star City security status has been raised to level 1. I want to know what every person is doing before they do it. What every person is saying before they say it. What every person is thinking before they think it.
I will not have any more deaths on my watch because of your paranoia.
Your measure of risk is misguided, comrade.
This mission's dangerous.
Every mission is dangerous, Valia.
Not like this.
There's a signal coming from the ship that's not ours. It's on a frequency used by the Americans.
I can't take any more lives in my hands.
Seal the building now.
This is madness! You have to go now or you won't make it.
Star City! That looks alright. That's a little political, little drama thing going on there. Let's see. There's a synopsis here. A bold new chapter inspired by the critically acclaimed space race drama for all mankind. Star City is a propulsive is a propulsive paranoid thriller that takes us back to the key moment in the alt history retelling of the space race, when the Soviet Union became the first nation to put a man on the moon. But this time, we explore the story from behind the Iron Curtain, showing the lives of the cosmonauts, engineers, and intelligence officers embedded among them in the Soviet space program, and the risks they all took to propel humankind forward. Okay, so this show is about exactly what it says. Based on some other show, but it's like a retelling of like the Russians got to the moon first. And this is just like another side story here. Cool. All right. I was going to play Vox Machina next because I'm excited for this one. But look, we just dropped 14 minutes ago. House of the Dragon season 3. Let's check that out.
You now have the power no man has ever wielded. You will have an empire unassailable, Rhaenyra. And our children will rule it forever and a day.
All that remains is for you to decide what you want from this war.
Oh shit, they finally put black people in their shows?
You will do things that your heart would have recoiled from before you came to the throne.
The Targaryens are a savage race.
We act with holy purpose.
To restore a rightful king.
I'm going to kill my brother, or die in the attempt.
Draw your sword.
Look to the sky. Doom and ruin surround us. We will all become beasts before our end.
It is no longer safe here. There will be no doubt who the gods have chosen to rule.
June 21st, House of the Dragon. I've heard decent things about it, but like I always say, I ain't really too interested in fucking prequels. I like to move forward. I don't like moving back. All right, and for our last trailer, Vox Machina Season 4. I'm very excited.
Since the day you first called on me, I have been preparing you for what now begins. Everyone is in danger.
Let me guess. A vague portent of doom with little to no explanation.
This realm is built on false gods. The old ways must die.
Who the f are these people?
The usual. Death cultists, supernatural villains.
Classic Vox Mox. I did not miss the constant peril.
Vox Machina is here. Kill them all!
Ah, crap.
Most problems can be solved by punching.
When they can't?
You kick.
Oh, I could get used to this!
2, 3, 4!
This has been playing out far longer than we knew.
Maybe it's a complete and utter coincidence?
We're not lucky enough for that.
You cannot protect them all.
We're Vox Machina, and we don't run. It's time to up.
What the?
Dark. In the span of 24 hours, you've caused unfathomable amounts of property damage and confronted a lifetime of internalized parental issues.
Welcome to Vox Machina.
June 5th. I'm excited. Because I actually finished the tabletop, so I know what's going down now. I know what's going down. I got to see the whole shit now. All right, but with that is the end of our trailers, which means that is the end of this episode of TV News Drops. As I always say, I feel like TV News Drops are the shortest ones. I feel like they go by pretty quickly, but yeah, that was fun. So that's it for this news drop. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts, concerns, anything about everything we talked about. Are you looking forward to Hazbin Hotels or maybe From's final seasons? Are you excited about the additions to Dexter Resurrections? Any trailer look interesting you? You're disappointed about Gen V being canceled? Anything, let me know down in the comments. Give me a hashtag. drop a hashtag. If you made it to the end, drop a hashtag fuck David Zaslav in the comments. In the comments down below. But anyway, that's it for me here today. Thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. So until next time, everybody, always remember to stay watching, stay playing, stay awesome, and of course, as always, stay safe out there. Until next time, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Deuces.